Okay, my beautiful friends, this is it. Another day in the freak show, and it really is. We're getting some information already this morning regarding CPI or the Consumer Price Index. And what would you expect? You know what? Before I get there, let me tell you the date. It is now Wednesday, February 10th, 2021, going back to what I was just saying. And it's laughable, yet again. So the Consumer Price Index, yet again, is higher. What does this tell us? Inflation is kicking up. But again, listen to the narrative of the mainstream media, the Federal Reserve. There is no inflation. There is no inflation. You're imagining it. It's not real. Again, this goes back to what I've been telling you for the longest time. It's unbelievable. There are entities out here, forces out here that are going to desperately try to convince you that what you are seeing, even from their own data, is not real. This pretty much sums up the entire environment we are in. It's out of control, really is. Look at what's happening here. Right now, stock futures are higher across the board, which means the stock market is poised yet again to hit new record highs at the open as our economy crashes. We are in an economic crash right now. Period. The end. But again, you must be convinced that this is not what's going on. They shut down the global economy. It's over. There's no economy. Okay, there's no money velocity or the rate at which cash is moving through our dead economy. They killed it on purpose so the central banks could inflate and freaking inflate to finish what they started back in 1913. I'm referring to the Federal Reserve. It's incredible, but no. What you're seeing is not real. This is what they are desperately trying to convince you of. There's no inflation. Oh, speaking of that, we're going to hear from the Supreme It today. Do you know who the Supreme It is? It happens to be Fed Chair Yellowstone. Fed Chair Yellowstone, also known as Jerome Powell. He's going to talk today about whatever. Whatever comes out of his mouth is a lie, okay? I don't know a single person, and I doubt you're one of them, that believes a syllable that comes out of this man's mouth. Again, they have their agenda. The Federal Reserve's agenda is very clear. To buy it all. To own the earth. To take over the world. They're the real government. The Federal Reserve is the world government. Understand why. The fiat monetary system, based upon the US dollar being the world reserve currency, makes the Federal Reserve the hub, the center, the one world government ruler. They dictate what's going on around the world. You all know this. The Fed is funneling trillions of dollars around the world to other central banks. Dollars. Other central banks that have their own currency. But no, the Fed is funneling trillions of dollars around the world to central banks around the world. Why do you think that is going on here? Why do you think the Fed is buying, again, not just mortgage-backed securities, not just treasuries, but they're buying junk bonds? I covered this yesterday. For the first time ever, we've seen high-yield debt drop below 4%. We've never seen this before. This is the Fed. The Fed's buying it. They're buying corporate debt. They're buying the market. Everything. They're buying it all to fulfill their end game, their destiny to become the lender and buyer of last resort. This is why the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. This is it, people. To do what they're doing now, they needed a major event. Understand, central banks, the Federal Reserve, the central bank of central banks, the ruler of the world, the government of the world, needed a major global event to occur to finish what they started, why they were created in 1913. They shut down the global economy via this virus, this scamdemic. Understand? Shut down the global economy so they could finish what they started, to be the lender and buyer of last resort. This is allowing the Fed to inflate on a scale that is literally beyond freaking belief. You don't hear about it. Again, I'm going to say it again for the millionth time. Last year, 2020, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet nearly doubled, and we haven't seen anything yet. I told you the debt is going nuclear. The debt is going hyper-nuclear. Hyper-nuclear. And that is going to propel the stock market higher as our economy free falls. Now, I realize, and a lot of you are writing to me, that there are a couple of freaks out here with some pretty big names. I'm not going to even say who they are. I think you probably know. Who are calling for a market crash in April. Let me explain this to you again. Anyone, I don't care who they are, I don't care how smart they think they are, that is going to call for a future stock market crash on a certain date, understand who you're listening to. You're listening to someone that is delusional. Will they maybe be right? Absolutely. But for us, okay, you and me, we are trading and investing in the market we have, not one that may occur in April. You understand? Forget about this nonsense garbage, because 99.9 times out of a billion, okay, these people are going to be proven wrong over and over. These are the same people, okay, by the way. I'm not bringing up their names. Maybe this will give you a clue. Who are talking about Bitcoin going to zero. You can't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do, but this is what's happening. It's a freak show. It's part of the freak show that we have. Forget about it, people. Stop listening to these people. Stop. How do we know where the stock market's going to go? Well, if you follow this blog, you're already acutely aware of that. How do we know where this is all going to go? Because the debt market is going to tell us. Focus like a laser on the 10-year yield and the dollar. 10-year yield right now actually has come down a little bit. 1.149. It's stable. Okay, we want to see the 10-year yield stay stable. We don't want to see it rise dramatically very quickly, nor drop dramatically very quickly. We want to see the 10-year yield remain in a range. You understand? It's always going to move around, but we want to see it in a range. And where can you see this in real time? Right here on my website, traderschoice.net, top of the second page. You also want to pay attention to the Dixie, or the dollar index. The dollar got hit pretty hard yesterday. Right now, the dollar is under pressure yet again. Where can you see this? Right here, traderschoice.net. There is a link in the description of this video. Top of the second page, right side. Okay, you can follow Bitcoin, you can follow crude oil, which is a major player in this market, and of course you can follow commodities, metals. It's all there. Everything is there for you. Anyway, look, I think you get it, but I can't tell you how upset I get when I hear, especially people with relatively big names, people that have a large following, trying to pinpoint a market crash yet again in the future. Brain dead. Brain dead, and I don't care who you know, these people, whoever you are, if you follow my work, I'm not mentioning their names, but I will debate you anytime you want to. Just let me know, okay? Because I don't know another guy that's called this market better than me. I don't know another guy that's called cryptocurrencies better than me. I really don't. And there are a few guys that have gotten pretty darn close. But with regard to this market, I'm on top of it because I work hard at it, because I want to keep all of you on the right side of this market. That's my job, that's my goal, and I will never waver from that, keeping you all ahead of this market as far as I possibly can. So ignore the propaganda, ignore the imbeciles out here trying to pinpoint the day, a week, or even a month when this market's going to crash. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And these people, I don't know what they're trying to pull off. Maybe they're trying to destroy people. I don't know, because people are going to start betting against this market. They're going to get short this market, and they're going to get destroyed. And how do I know that? You have no idea the correspondence I get from people. I wish I would have listened to you, Greg. I went short the market. I listened to this imbecile, and I got destroyed. Okay, maybe you learned a lesson here. Anyway, going back to the market. So right now we have a stock market poised for a record high open. It's incredible. We got silver about flat. Gold catching a slight bid right now. Again, dollar under a little pressure. Crude oil getting bid higher. You know that mechanism here, people. I don't got to cover it again. They're going to prop up crude oil. Crude oil has no business being where it is whatsoever. It should be a third or less of where it is right now. Probably much less than that. But again, that's the charade that is being played on you. The lies, the distractions, the misinformation, the propaganda. That's what we're in. We're in some kind of twisted environment that is so crazy. It's making people crazy. They don't know what to do. Seriously. But that's why I believe that this blog is important. I'm trying to cut through the dog shit, seriously, and keep you all on the right side of this. So I'm going to urge you again to ignore these imbeciles that are trying to tell you the market's going to crash on a certain day. Anyway, it's too stupid. It's too stupid to me. We trade the market we have, and we don't even give a damn what the Dow Jones Industrial Average is doing. We want to focus on the debt market because the stock market is a derivative of what's happening in the debt market. So if the debt market is stable, the stock market will remain in its current trajectory higher. You understand? If we see dramatic moves in the 10-year yield, that's when we're going to be able to tell where the stock market is going to go. And again, like I covered last Friday, and in my Markets A Look Ahead, I said the momentum for this market is higher. We hit record highs for this market Monday, and we hit record highs yesterday with regard to the NASDAQ and the Russell 2000. So you choose yet again who you want to listen to, because if you get killed in this market, from a financial standpoint, I don't want to hear it. Don't write to me and tell me, Greg, I shorted the market and I was stupid. Yeah, you were stupid. Don't short the market until the 10-year yield is telling you to short the market. I don't know where people get this stuff from. It drives me out of my ever-loving freaking mind. Anyway, thank you for letting me vent a little bit. But again, when I hear stuff like this, when I hear people with relatively big names saying these things, or YouTube blogs telling people, and these YouTube blogs, you have to understand, when you hear a particular YouTube blog trying to explain to you, a blogger trying to explain to you that the market's going to crash, who is that person? Is that person a market analyst, a trader? Do they consider themselves a financial expert? Or are they just a guy or a girl? Mostly these are guys out here because women are too damn smart to do this. That's the truth. You will very rarely see a YouTube blog run by a woman that's going to tell you the market's going to crash on a certain day, because women are too damn smart. I'm telling you the truth. Women are smarter than men. There's no doubt about it. That's the truth. But again, you're going to hear these YouTube channels trying to tell you when the market's going to crash. Who are these people? Who are they? Do they have any money in this market? Are they traders? Who are these people that are telling you that the market's going to crash on a certain day at a certain time? Some of these other people, again, there's a couple with some big names right now who I will not mention because I don't want to give them a second, one split second of people viewing their work. I won't do it, okay? Trying to tell people the market's going to crash. Who are these people too? Well, I don't know, most of them are gold and silver investors, which is a great place to be. You know that. But they're not investing in the market. So when you hear these kind of people telling you the market's going to crash, maybe they have a vested interest in it or something else is going on. I don't know, but ignore it. Ignore it until the debt market tells you. And I'll tell you when the market's going to roll over. Thank you. All right, look, long video. I'm out of here. Very important stuff I covered today. Please share it. Get it out there. See you at the end of the day.